guys, it's Jess from Makeup by Jessie G, and today I wanted to share with you my skincare routine and what I do to try and help keep my oily skin and acne at bay, because I do have really excessively oily skin, and I do still get acne, but I think I would definitely get a lot more if I didn't do this. I am very strict with my skincare routine. I just thought I'd share these things with you and hopefully share some good ideas that might help you guys figure out some good skincare items for you, so that you can just find out some things that you really love. So let's get into it. So the first step that I do, it's really important for me, is to cleanse my skin. I will use a cleanser with a baby wipe or a makeup wipe. So most days I'll be using this cleanser, which is the Badescu Enzyme Cleansing Gel. So that is this one here. So this is just a really gentle cleanser. It's not going to irritate my skin. It's not going to do any kind of damage to my skin. It's for all skin types. It doesn't necessarily help acne. But I use this one just because my skin does get irritated a little bit sometimes to certain products. And this, I know, isn't going to irritate my skin, and with everything else that I do use on my skin, I want something a little bit more calming sometimes. So that is what I use most days. Every second day I cleanse using the Badescu Glycolic Foaming Cleanser, which is this one here, and I did mention this one in my last favorites video. So this one is a foaming cleanser. So what I do is I wet my face first, I then put this on, and it will foam up, and I'll cleanse my skin with that and just wash it off. So next step, I will go into doing my second cleanse. So that is when I use my micellar water on a makeup pad, and I will run that all over my face. So the two different micellar waters that I use are the Bioderma. This is the Sebium, I don't know what this one is, the Purifying Cleansing Micellar Solution. So that's the one in the green bottle. Again, this is going to help with acne and oil control, whereas the regular pink one is a bit more sensitive. It's not necessarily going to help with oil control, but this one is still really gentle, and I haven't had a problem with it, and I really like this one. This is probably, in fact, this is definitely my favorite micellar solution. I use this on days when I don't happen to be doing a mask. I'll cleanse my face with this, and I'll also use this in the morning, just because these are all things that I do at night, but I'll again cleanse my skin in the morning just with this. I'll just run it all over my face, because the next one that I'm going to mention is a lot cheaper, so I do tend to use this quite a bit, but I do find that it leaves a little bit of film on my face. It's not an issue for me if I'm going to be wearing, putting on a mask and then washing my skin off, because it's going to come off anyway with that. But if I'm not going to be wearing a mask, or if I'm using this in the morning, then I will use my Bioderma. But the other one I do use is this Byphasse. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but this one's like less than $5 from Chemist Warehouse here in Australia. So again, this is just another micellar water. This one's not going to help with oil control or anything like that. This one's just your kind of average micellar solution. So I do like both of these a lot, but this one, if you can afford to keep repurchasing it, I would say go for this one. But if you can't, like me, just go for this one, and then maybe get the smaller size in this one, or get the big size but only use them, switch it up, because I don't think you necessarily need to use the Bioderma one all the time. But yeah, this one's a really good one as well. Okay, so next up, going into masks. I mask pretty much every single night. Occasionally there might be a night when I really can't be bothered putting on a mask. But the first step I take in my masking routine is I use this Origins Maskamizer Skin Optimizing Mask Primer. So that is this one here. It's a spray that you put all over your face. Again, I mentioned it in this month's favorites. Anything that the mask normally does for you, it will just kind of do more. So I really like this stuff. I think it was like 37 maybe, I can't remember, but it's really good stuff, and I would recommend picking this up. But if you can't afford to, or you're like, do I get this or a more expensive, better mask for me, I would say just pick up the better mask. It's not like revolutionary, but it will definitely do a good job. So every night I will use this unless I really can't be bothered, but probably like 6 out of 7 nights of the week I'll use this Origins Out of Trouble 10-minute mask to rescue problem skin. So that's this one here. This is a white mask solution, and I put this on my chin, my nose, my forehead, and anywhere else that I have excess oil or acne at that time, and this really helps clear it up. It's really gentle, so I can use it every day, and then after 10 minutes I do just wash it off with a face cloth and I'm good to go. And it definitely does help dry out the pimples and just make my skin much nicer. So I do definitely recommend this one. This is probably one of my favorite skincare items at the moment, and I am loving it. The next thing that I do a charcoal mask about 3 times a week, I'd probably say. So the one that I use the most is this Origins Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask for to clear pores, which is this one here. So this one is just one of those grey charcoal masks. I put that all over my face and I leave it for half an hour and I wash it off with a face cloth. So when I use this, I still pair it, and I'll do both of these in the one night, and I'll, you know, put this on and then put this on afterwards, and, you know, do them one at a time. But I definitely find that that helps. The other charcoal mask that I do use a lot is this Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment, which is this one here, another charcoal mask, which is a really, really great one. If you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, Sephora does a really, really great charcoal mask as well. I think it's the purifying and mattifying one. I am out of mine at the moment, but I do really love that one, and I would recommend picking that one up if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable. I have heard L'Oreal ones are really good as well. I think it's in like it's got the charcoal, you can see the black charcoal in it with a green lid, and I think that one's meant to be really good as well. The thing that I use this once every 3 days. It does say to use it every day, but it's really expensive and I just can't afford to use it every day, and that is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel in the original formula. So this is the box here. You get step 1 and step 2. They're like little makeup removing pad kind of wipes, and you run step 1 all over your face, and I just do that for a couple of minutes and just, yeah, let everything sink in, and then you wait another couple of minutes, and then you'll go on with step 2. And again, do the same thing and put that all over your face. This will help clear out all the dead skin, you know, clear underneath the surface of your skin, get off like all the just the gunk and the gross stuff out of your skin, and it is really nice. So I do really like these, but they are really expensive, so I only use them once every 3 days, and I still find I get a really great result out of them. So the next thing that I use is this Susanne Koffman. This is their toner, and this one has, I threw out the box that had all the ingredients in it, but it was different types of plants that have naturally forming kind of like alcohol and bacteria fighting properties in them, so they will help with the acne. So when I do apply this, I'll get a cotton pad and I will like press it in, especially focusing on my chin and, you know, my T-zone and anywhere that I have acne on my face at that period in time, because I definitely think that this was really good. So next up, I go in with this kind of serum-y thing. This is what I will do on a day-to-day basis, and I will go on with this, which is the Ordinary, and it has Niacinimide 10% and Zinc 1%. Show you here. So this is their blemish reducing formula, and I use 1 to 2 drops of this all over my face, and I find that that really helps stop my acne and help with the different blemishes that I have on my face. I have found a huge difference after using this, especially on my chin. It is looking a lot clearer than it was. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking this up. The Ordinary is a really, really cheap brand. I ordered mine off ASOS, but you can also order them off Beauty Bay if you are here in Australia. But yeah, they're a really, really great product, and I'm intrigued to try out some of their other things because I've heard nothing but good things about this company, and there's a few other ones that, yeah, I would really like to try out. So yeah, this one works really well. For the next thing that I do every day at night, I will use the Drunk Elephant TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. So that is this one here. I use this almost every night, except when I've used the Dr. Dennis Gross skin peels, because this has retinol in it. So it is, if I use these with this, it will go too deep into my skin and cause irritation, and my skin just won't look very nice at all. So, but this is a kind of similar thing to the Dr. Dennis Gross, except it's a little bit more gentle. I can use it every day, and it's, yeah, not so invasive, but it is going to get off all the dead kind of skin and just gross stuff off my skin, and it's still going to hydrate, but it's really good for oily skin. I think it might be a little bit too hydrating if you've got, a little bit too drying if you have got dry skin, but you might be able to get away with it if you have got normal. I'm not too sure, but yeah, definitely good for oily combo skin. And yeah, another really great serum for getting rid of kind of like the dead skin cells and all that. On the nights that I do use the Dr. Dennis Skin Gross peel, I will go in with the C-Firma Day Serum, which is this one here, which is a vitamin C serum. So this will help with fine lines and just hydrating your skin, getting even pigmentation and all that. I use this every morning as well, but if on the nights, yeah, I will use it at night as well on the days that I use the Dr. Dennis Gross skin peels, because it doesn't have a retinol in it, so it isn't going to irritate my skin. Yeah, it's hydrating. It is like a really thin oil. You don't even need a full pump of this. Again, I have had this for about 4 months and I still feel like there's heaps left. This one is a really great one. If you can't afford this though, Mario Badescu does do one, and I have been told that's really good, but again, it is in a glass bottle with little droppers, so it is going to expire more quickly, so yeah, just keep that in mind. My everyday and every morning moisturizer that I use is this Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream Moisturizer. This is a really thick moisturizer, but it lets my skin breathe. It just feels nice and nourishing, but not oily, and not like it's sitting on my skin and just clogging everything up. It just feels nourishing and nice, which I think is really good after all the skincare products that I've just put on that dry all my skin out. I think it's really important to put something nourishing on. Having oily skin can mean that your skin is like dehydrated, so it's really important, once you have got rid of all those excess oils that cause all the acne, to hydrate your skin again, because yeah, it probably means that your skin's dehydrated. That's why it's producing so much oil, because it's thinking that your skin needs to hydrate. So if you're not adding all this moisture back in, your skin is going to produce more oil to try and combat that, and it's just going to be like this horrible cycle of your skin getting more and more oily, so you're using more and more products to try and get it off. So it's really important to try and hydrate your skin again. So yeah, this is a really, really hydrating one, really nice and really great. Again, I have had this for 4 months, and I'm getting towards, I probably used like a third, maybe half of this, and it's still going, and it was $88, so this is one of the cheaper Drunk Elephant products, and I definitely love this, and I would recommend picking it up. I think it's a really, really, really great moisturizer, and I won't be changing from this one anytime soon. Okay, so that is all the skincare products that I use on my face, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Bye!